All right, folks, let's go ahead and get started. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you're joining us from in the world today. And welcome to our Mainframe Education webcast. Just in case you don't know who I am, my name is Lon Thompson, and I'm Broadcom's Mainframe Division Community Manager. And again, I want to welcome you to today's session. Before I hand you off to Angelica, just so she can run you through some of the great work the Mainframe Education team has been doing, just want to let you know that we are recording today's session. That's why your lines are currently muted. We want to make sure we have a clean recording. If you do have questions along the way, and we sincerely hope that you do, please use the questions box along the right side of your screen to ask those, and we'll get through as many of those as we can today. And depending on how much time we have at the end, I can also let you know how to have your line unmuted if you prefer to ask your questions that way. The recording of today's session will be posted out in the brand new Mainframe Education community, either later today or tomorrow. If you're not familiar with that community, you can feel free to reach out to me directly, or Angelica, or anyone on the team. We'll make sure we tell you how to get there. And the last thing for me is that we are always trying to make sure these sessions are as valuable as possible for you. With that in mind, I put together a quick survey that will pop up at the end of the session. I'd appreciate you giving us just a couple more minutes of your time to give us some feedback so we can make sure that the next session is even better than this one. And with all of my stuff out of the way, I'd like to hand you off to Angelica. So take it away, Angelica.
Thank you, Len. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on where in the world you're based. As Len mentioned, my name is Angelica Giraldo, and I am the Mainframe Education Program Manager leading the Curriculum Development Team. Let's look at today's agenda. The purpose of this webcast is to remind you of the different mainframe education offerings we have at Broadcom, make you aware of our latest web-based trainings, WBTs, or instructor-led trainings, IoT offerings, and give you a sneak peek of what we have coming in the next couple of months. Mainframe education offerings. Since our acquisition by Broadcom in November of 2018, education is a no-profit organization. Our goal is to add value to you by giving you the ability to consume our training at little or no cost. If you're new to the mainframe, we have 3 different programs to help you become familiar with the mainframe. We also have training programs for those looking to expand their knowledge. Let's look at each area closely. Mainframe Academy is multimodal. What this means is that the delivery of the content is a combination of both instructor-led and web-based training. This is a 6-week program, product agnostic, that provides core programming skills that will help you manage your mainframe environment. The Associate Software Engineering Program, also known as the ASE program, is a 7-week in-person training program targeting those new to the mainframe. This is also a program available to professionals that are seeking a career change. This is hands-on work. This is a hands-on workshop and exercises that are taught by our own experts. The Vitality program is an instructor-led mainframe residency program. The products that we're targeting today are CA Datacom, CA IDMS, CA Endeavor, CA ACF2, and CA Top Secret. Let's look at our offerings in the expanding knowledge section. The mainframe e-learning library is product and vendor agnostic training. This catalog consists of over 250 e-learning courses, videos, and skill assessments containing an array of IBM mainframe and Broadcom mainframe products and technologies. You also have the ability to earn IBM skills credentials. Web-based training courses, so for the web-based training and instructor-led training areas, we are offering our web-based training courses to our customers at no cost, active on maintenance. So if you're an active on maintenance customer, you have the ability to consume our WBTs at no cost. If our WBTs are not enough, we have also partnered with ProTech and NIIT for instructor-led training deliveries. As I mentioned earlier at the start of this call, our goal is to provide you the ability to consume our training at little or no cost. So from an instructor-led training perspective, if we do not have an in-house instructor to deliver the training virtually to you, we will connect you with one of our partners for either virtual or on-site training. If you are interested in an instructor-led training course, please send us an email at mainframe.education@broadcom.com. let's look at what's new in mainframe education. So from a web-based training perspective, we have a brand new CA Brightside web-based training course. This course will teach you or show you the value of the Brightside support offering, as well as introduce you to the installation of the CA Brightside components, including Zoe, Eclipse Shay, Code for Z, and Shay for Z. From a CA FileMaster Plus perspective, we are currently working to update our existing courses to the latest release. Today, we have 2 available courses for IMS, one of them with a major focus or with a focus on the mainframe environment, and the second course, same content as the first one, but using the Eclipse user interface. CA Mainframe Resource Intelligence, also known as CA MRI, we have 2 different courses available. The first course has a focus on the product highlights, the what, why, and how the product works, as well as data security. The second product will teach you how to run an assessment. So running an assessment. The second bullet on this slide is speaking to a new video that we have, the RC extract for DB2 for ZIOS. This video will show you how to integrate Test Data Manager with RC extract to mask sensitive and classified DB2 data. CA Ops MVS, Event Management and Automation. This course will introduce you to the Mainframe Team Center. Let's move on to the next slide. CA Tape Management. Today, available in Learning at Broadcom, we have 3 different web-based training courses, and the topics range from tape processing and how it relates to CA1, starting CA1, messages, and system events. Top secret. Earlier this year, we updated our existing our older InstructorLed training courses to the latest release, version 16. Our efforts now are to repurpose that content into the web-based training modality. So we've introduced a new web-based training course, or WBT, and it speaks to the introduction and design philosophy of a security database. We also have a new CA-TPX course out there that focuses on session management and product features and functions. Excuse me. As Len mentioned earlier, education is now in the communities with our own space to help you find our training in a central location. If you're not yet a member of the community, please sign up. This is where my team and I will be posting new courseware, announcing new videos, making sure that you're aware of our latest learning paths, updates, and so on. This is also a location where you can interact with us by providing us feedback on our content, or maybe asking us questions regarding some of our courses that we have out there. So again, feel free to reach out to me, Angelica Giraldo, or Len Thompson if you have any questions on registering. Let's see, I mentioned earlier working with our partners. So as I indicated, we have partnered up with both ProTech and NIIT for InstructorLed Training delivery. This slide will show you a list of virtual classes that are scheduled and guaranteed to run for both for 3 different products: CA Ops MVS, CA Top Secret, and CA Automation Point. Excuse me. Coming soon. Let's take a look at the different product courses my team is currently working on. So today we have a CA Cleanup InstructorLed Training course, and we're working to repurpose that content into the web-based training modality. We're working on an XCOM web-based training course as well. And as I mentioned earlier, from a CA FileMaster perspective, we've delivered content for the IMS, and our focus now will be on DB2 and MVS. So more to come on that. CA Workload Automation for ESP. Today we're updating the content to the today we're updating the content for the ILT, and then to the latest release, and then we plan on repurposing that content to the web-based training modality as well. TPX, we're working on some product courses for TPX, as well as creating brand new content for web services that's based on customer feedback that we've received either in education or through our product management team. And for top secret, as I had mentioned earlier, we've updated the InstructorLed Training to the latest release. So now our goal is to repurpose that content into the web-based training modality. And again, that's kind of to support my comments from earlier in the call. If you're active on maintenance, you will have access to that content at no cost. Excuse me. Finally, we are excited to introduce you to Mainframe Digital Badges. Digital badge is a digital badge is a digital image containing metadata to represent your qualification and accomplishments. In the next month, we will be launching digital badges for our mainframe web-based training courses. The initial launch will award digital badges for CA Endeavor, CA IDMS, and CA Datacom. Knowledge assessment tests will be available on Learning at Broadcom. By successfully passing an assessment, you would be eligible to receive the associated digital badge. Please note that we will be offering digital badges for our mainframe programs, such as Mainframe Academy, the ASC, and Vitality programs. We are partnering with Credly to leverage their Acclaim platform to manage your badges. Keep an eye out on this community for more information about the launch. If you're interested in participating in the pilot, please let us know by sending us an email to mainframe.education@broadcom.com. I want to thank you for your time. I'd like to open up the lines for any questions, unless, Len, you have any already in the queue.
Thanks, Angelica. We do have one question asking about the future of the Vitality program during the current pandemic.
Perfect. Thank you for that. So as of right now, the next session has been put on hold, and I know I have Lauren on the line to help me confirm. I believe it was the upcoming sprint session that has been pushed until further notice, and we are definitely looking at going based on the CDC's guidelines and making those decisions as well. I highly recommend, and I can't stress this enough, if you sign up for our community, you will see a lot of those updates. Lauren, was there anything else you wanted to add?
Hi, this is Lauren Valenti, and no, that's basically where we should continue to post our information is on the communities itself.
Perfect. Thank you, Lauren. Any other questions, Len?
Yes, we do have a few more that are coming in. Is there education available for CA disk backup and restore?
So today we do not have any web-based training courses for those. However, if there are specific topics that you're interested in, please feel free to send me an email or mainframe.education@broadcom.com so that I can connect with you, determine what the need is, and then potentially my goal would be to find an internal subject matter expert to do a knowledge transfer. But again, if you send me your request, let's look at that, your need, and determine our next steps from there.
Thanks, Angelica. Next question. Can you elaborate on the DB2 administration course?
The DB2 administration course. The RC extract for ZEOS, the video itself. I believe this is what is being asked. So this is a video, if my memory serves me well, it's about less than 5 minutes in duration, maybe more like 2 or 3. At the end of my presentation, I do have the appendix, and the appendix will provide you with all of the details for the different courses that I spoke to, as well as the link to the video itself. And my apologies, here's what I have. So the different support offer, Learning at Broadcom web-based training courses. And for the video itself, on the right-hand side, I have the link to the video on YouTube. If you want more information, please follow up with another question so that I can further answer your question if I have it.
Yeah, and thanks, Angelica. And just so everybody knows, we'll make sure that we get a copy of this presentation posted out in the community later today as well. Next question.
Thank you. And
Go ahead, Angelica.
no, I wanted to mention, if you are not sure, or if you have not yet signed up for Learning at Broadcom, my presentation also has in the appendix a list of slides that will walk you through that process. But you are always welcome to send us an email, and we can assist you or connect you with the right folks if there are any challenges.
Great. Next question. Is there any education available for JCL check?
No education today for JCL check. However, same response for the CA disk and other products that were questioned. Send us an email at mainframe.education@broadcom.com. And if you can provide the specific questions that you have, or if it's a knowledge transfer that we are going to do, what exactly are you looking to be trained on, so that I can engage the appropriate product management team? And just to be transparent on this call, my goal after that, those types of sessions, is develop formal training. So we're capturing that information by working with many of you, and then repurposing that content into web-based training courses that we will post in Learning at Broadcom.
Thanks, Angelica. Next question. Are the courses current up to the latest GA version?
So not all of our products are at the current GA version. So I mentioned, for instance, and I'll take a couple of steps back to use this slide as an example. CA Workload Automation ESP, we are working to update that to the latest release, just based on the demand that we get for training in this course. And then we plan on repurposing that content to the latest and greatest release. We're doing the same thing for CA File Master, and from a DevOps perspective, CA Intertest and SimDump will be the next courses that we will focus on to bring to the latest release. So going forward, our goal is to update as many many product courses as possible this calendar year, and keep up with development on the latest and greatest release. We're slowly getting there, but we're not 100% yet.
Thanks, Angelica. Here's a question that I'm sure several people have. Hello, I want to know where to register for the available training sessions. So I don't know if you want to share your LMS slides.
Yes, definitely. So as Len mentioned, we are going to provide you with access or with a copy of this presentation, and education access and resources will be listed here. We have a short video that will walk you through the process in the event that you don't want to go through the different slides. But at the end of the day, the goal is to get access and enterprise access to Learning at Broadcom. This is Broadcom's LMS system, and the slides here will show you how to register as a customer. So there are three different areas or three different access modes that we have. As a customer, you want to sign up for a customer access, and then following the different steps that are outlined in the video or in this presentation. One of the things that I do want to express and stress as much as possible is make sure you have the site ID where your products are licensed to, so that when your registration does come into Broadcom, our team behind the scenes can grant you the enterprise access, which is what you want. So you go to the mainframe software. I need to move this a little bit. You sign up for Learning at Broadcom Education on the right-hand side of the screen. And then once you have full access, this is what Learning at Broadcom looks like. You have the ability to search our courses via course code or title. You can just type in any keyword, CA SysView, CA Ops MVS. But if you're not finding what you need, feel free to send me an email. It's angelica.giraldo@broadcom.com. But again, we want to make sure that you're registered first, so that you can see so that you can have access to all of our courses out there. I'll pause right there and see if there's a follow-up to that, Len.
Thanks, Angelica. A couple more questions about what courses are available. Do we have any training available for CA Chorus?
I'm sorry, what was that product?
Chorus.
Chorus.
Yeah, that's actually
No.
it's an older name, I think.
Yeah, I do remember. I don't have anything, so I'm going to share. I'm going to end my slide here, and
It's known
I just
as
want to go in.
yeah, I think it's known as Mainframe Software Manager now.
Mainframe. Yeah, no, I do not believe we have anything for CA Chorus or Mainframe Software Manager. I don't remember that off the top of my head. However, I'm happy to do some research behind after this call. And if you can provide us with your email address, I can follow up with you directly. Or if you want to send me an email with what you're looking for, we can determine our next steps from there.
Thanks, Angelica.
Angelica, this is Mark Vogler speaking, and just from a DevOps standpoint, we do have older retired courses for CA Chorus, but since the product has been so far along, those courses are retired from the LMS at this point. So
okay, thank you,
just
Mark.
a little more on Chorus.
Perfect. So let's see what the customer comes back with, and we can figure out what we have and take our next steps. Yeah, determine our next steps from there.
All right, next question. Do you have a target date for when the WBT for Top Secret will be available?
So I have some good news. I have 2 in the pipeline, and I would say within the next month. Let's say within the next 4 to 6 weeks, but maybe closer to the next month.
Thank you. Here's another good overview one. Can you describe the Mainframe Academy in more detail?
So I am going to defer that question to my colleague, Kelly Vervaeka, that can go into further details on Mainframe Academy.
Sure. So Mainframe Academy is basically a foundational program. It's a blended learning approach. It is a 6-week program that's full-time. So students who go through the program are engaged in full-time learning for 8 hours a day. It employs web-based training, instructor-led training, and hands-on labs as part of the learning system. And it goes over foundational skills. The purpose of the program is to bring somebody out of it who actually can be productive as a junior systems programmer in a mainframe environment, given some on-the-job mentoring. So it's the first step for somebody who's either new to the mainframe or maybe crossing over from a distributed job into a mainframe job. Also, it's a certification, so it has 2 exams that we give. First exam comes in the middle of the program. Exams are 50 questions, multiple choice. And then there's another exam at the end of the program, same format. And then there's also what we call a capstone lab, which takes pieces of the programming that they've done over the 6 weeks and asks them to put them together in a specific way. And then the instructor kind of goes through that and ensures that they've learned the concepts that have been introduced to them throughout the program.
Thank you, Kelly.
Thanks, Kelly. Let's see, next question. We do have a few more in here. I've been looking for training from basic to advanced Datacom DB, and they are not found in online training or classroom education. Are you planning to rehabilitate previous DTC trainings?
Yes, so we have, and to the person that did ask this question, so we have released 1 web-based training course for Datacom, I believe either in the December or January timeframe. Excuse me. We plan on continuing to develop additional courses for CA Datacom into the future. However, if you're looking for something specific, feel free to send me an email and I can put you in touch with our product management team, because I know they have some recordings that we can share until our courseware is more formalized. I hope I've answered your question.
Thanks, Angelica. The last one in the queue is there any education for using SysView for new users? I think it's of MVS and Kix.
So we are currently updating our existing CA SysView content. So rebranding it and making the changes where they're needed. I don't know if you've had the chance to review what we have out there today, but if your questions is more specific to something that's not out there, again, I do encourage you to send us an email at mainframe.education@broadcom.com so that we can put that in our backlog for not only so that I can discuss that with product management from a courseware development perspective, or at least to validate if it already exists in our content somewhere. I can put you in contact with that particular web-based training course and see if that addresses the need.
Angelica, this is Amy. Can you hear me okay? Okay, I
we
just
can.
wanted to elaborate on the Kix course. We do have a CA Kix, SysView for Kix course that we released late fall, last summer timeframe, and that is available in our LMS, and that's fully online.
Thank you, Amy. And
Sure.
I would want to mention as well as you say that, so I didn't list that course in my presentation because it was a class or a web-based training course that we delivered in the fall or December timeframe. So since our last webcast, which was on December 12th, my goal was to make you guys aware of what we've produced since the December 12th webcast. But this brings me to another topic. We do have a mainframe course catalog out there that is in our mainframe education communities page. I highly recommend bookmarking that link, not necessarily saving the PDF file, but bookmarking the page itself, because as we release courseware, you will see the latest and greatest out there on the mainframe course catalog. And thank you, Amy, for the follow-up as well.
Thanks, Angelica. I don't see any other questions coming in, so we'll give everyone another minute or so to type any questions that are popping into their heads right now. I will also take this moment to remind you that we do have a survey that's going to pop up as soon as I close the session. That's another opportunity to ask a question, and you will also get a follow-up email from me tomorrow. You can also feel free to respond to that with any questions that you might have.
Yep. Len, thank you so very much. While people are either typing, I do have some closing remarks. I want to thank everyone for joining today, for your questions. Remind you, we are at mainframe.education@broadcom.com. I do encourage you to fill out that survey because this will only allow us to improve from an education perspective on what you want to hear for our next webcast.
And Valenti too, any comments as well, as to education in general, like even your feedback on the web-based trainings as you take these trainings. We would love to hear your feedback on, on specific improvements, what you liked and what didn't work well. We would love to get that feedback as well at the same time. Because again, we're always—
Thank you, Lauren.
Yes.
Yeah. It's something missing from our courseware that you feel should be considered for the next iteration update. Let us know, because we definitely want to take that under consideration. And that's why I mentioned signing up to the mainframe education community is the best way to get that information to us, because we will definitely take that under consideration for the next courseware update. And
All right.
Len, do you see any additional questions coming in?
I think we are good to go. So Angelica, great job as always. Thank you very much. Everybody, thank you for giving us some of your time today. And keep an eye out in that new community, which I will make sure that the link to the community is in the follow-up email, since several of you have asked me for that. And but keep an eye out there for the announcement for the next one of these sessions. So have a great day, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you.